Alright everyone, welcome to the video. So today I'm going to be going over something very important, and it's something that I think everyone at one point in their lifting journey should take a solid look at this and really think about it. What is that, you ask? Your workout split. So clearly you have your generics: push-pull legs, push-pull Arnold split, upper body, lower body. You have all those things. There's a lot of little variations people make and whatnot, but after stepping on stage and getting my judge feedback, I think I myself am going to change my split based off of my weak points. Now, of course, everyone has weak points. I mean, from the level of someone who's just starting, it's a couple months, maybe even like a year into their lifting career, they may have a weak point, up to people like Chris Bumstead, 2019 Olympia, his back, weak point. Now, back is super strong. But everyone's going to have that issue at one point in their lifting career. Like, man, my hamstrings are really lagging behind the rest of my legs, or my triceps are not as big as my biceps proportionally. And that's okay. But as someone competing in Classic, you want a real proportionate look when it comes to your body, because that's important to the Classic physique look. That's something the judges are looking for. Your legs can't be too powerful over your upper body. Your upper body, you got to look at everything because it all has to flow. So I do want to preface this though, before I go into my stuff, is that my split that I'm going to show you guys as an example is super tailored to me, my weak points. It's something I've gotten opinions on, friends, my coach. It's something that has been talked over, worked on through a couple of days, and something that I can always try out and readjust, try out and go back to push-pull legs. And on that note, push-pull legs is a great split, especially for beginners. Push-pull legs is an amazing split, and I'll go over some of the reasons why as I go through this step-by-step process that I'm going to talk about when, making this split. Or even if you're a real beginner, like you're just starting out, even like a 4-day upper lower split, or because it depends where you're at in your career. Some people need dedicated arm days. Some people need push-pull legs. Some people need upper lower because they're just starting and you need to get that stimulus working. Or they just don't have the availability, which is something we're going to go over. But everyone should at least be taking, your rest days at least once a week, and you shouldn't do 6 days on. If you're a beginner, you can, but it's still not the best for you. So with that all being said, we're going to get into it. I'm going to write some stuff down, record the page. Let's go. All right, so I've taken it and I've broken down everything that we're going to look at and that I want to go over into creating split, your steps, everything that I thought of when I put and made my split, and everything that I think you should think about. So we have weak and strong points, because you want to hit them accordingly. Amount of days you can get in the gym, recovery between your muscles, your volume overall and between the muscles, your muscle groups as large and individuals. Then you're going to put all these steps together, look at examples of other splits, and then make your split. All right, so step 1, your strong and weak points, weak and strong points. You need to know them because that's going to allow you to target your muscle groups accordingly. My strong points are legs and back. If you have legs that overpower the rest of your physique, clearly that's not good, and you're just going to look unproportionate, which isn't that Classic look. My weak points, however, are chest and biceps. They're both smaller when you look at the proportions of the rest of my body, which, again, not balanced physique, which goes back to not good. So once you understand what your weak and strong points are, you can go okay, so I could stop hitting my legs as much, or I could start hitting my chest a little more or harder, or relook at my exercise selection and what I'm doing in the gym. This will lead you to plan accordingly and know what you're going to need to hit extra, or what you're going to need to hit a little less so that you can balance your physique out, which will give you that more all-around proportionate look. Step 2, availability. So when I say availability, I'm talking about how many days a week can you get yourself to the gym. Some people it's as little as 4, maybe even 3, but some do 6, which across the whole spectrum is fine. When you have less days, you have more recovery time between the next time you train that muscle, but you may have a little bit longer sessions so you can fit in your volume that you need. Another thing when it comes to this is 3 on, 1 off. So when you have a 6-day split, even the 4-day split, you don't want to do more than 3 days on at a time. You want to do push-pull legs, 1 day off, so a rest day, then you do push-pull legs, 1 day off again. Just like a 5-day split, which is the split that I'm going to have, doesn't mean I'm going 5 days in a row. It means I'm doing the first 3 days, taking a rest day, the last 2 days, and then I'm starting again with the first day. So it's a rotation. So with a rotation, which is how you should have your schedule when it comes to the gym, is say, oh, I'm supposed to hit push. Oh, but I don't really feel good. I'm kind of sick. So I take an extra rest day. The next day, I'm feeling better. Well, I don't do pull because I just took a rest day on the push day. No, I still have push up next. So no matter what happens, you still have push next. You still don't skip a session, and it moves on. Step 3, recovery. So your muscles, when you use them, especially during intense workouts, are going to become sore, fatigued, and they're going to need time to repair before they're able to be used again without the result of injury or being overworked, which you don't want because that's not going to result in gains. Perfect example is push-pull legs, right? Monday push, Tuesday pull, Wednesday legs, then you rest, then you push on Friday. So we have 3 full days of total rest and recovery for our chest, shoulders, and triceps before we even touch them again. We have these 3 days. Now, they're not total rest days minus Thursday, but we aren't touching that muscle group again for 3 days, which gives them proper recovery. Now, if we want a different example of a different split, because push-pull legs isn't the only split example I want to use. Monday, upper body, Tuesday, rest, Wednesday, lower body, Thursday, rest, Friday, upper body. Again, 3 full days, 2 of which this time are full rest days before you even touch any upper body muscle again. Not that you're not like, oh, I squatted on lower body, so my back got touched by the bar. That's not what it means. You're just having rest from putting direct work on any of these upper body muscles for 3 days. That's recovery time that your muscles need so that they can repair, and then you can hit them again, which will in turn cause growth. Recovery is super important. Overtraining will diminish what you do in the gym. Step 4, volume. So not only are we looking at your daily volume, we're looking at your overall weekly volume. So your muscles have an optimal working sets, which is around 8 to 12 per muscle. The arms can take a little extra if need be. You also have to look at direct work and indirect work because that's, I'm going to indirectly use my triceps and my front delts in a chest press. But to target specifically my triceps, I'm going to do a push down. And if your muscle is trained twice a week, you want to split that volume up between both sessions. You can also split it up between the muscle groups. Like your legs aren't just one muscle. You have your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your hips, and your calves. That's 5 different submuscles here that can all be worked in different ways, at different angles, lengthened, shortened. You can split that volume up between that. We'll talk about that more in step 5. But you don't want to overdo your volume because that's another thing that will overwork your muscles and go back to overtraining and injury and all that stuff. Step 5, going over your muscle groups. So clearly we have a bunch of different muscle groups, but they can be split up between so many. I mean, look at your legs. 5 different muscles. Back. Even back is the largest muscle group. So when you go into looking at your split, currently my legs are split up with quads, calves, hips, and then I have hamstrings and glutes and calves, and that's my split. That's how my days look, right? But going forth with my split, because my legs are overpowering, I'm going to train my legs only once a week, and it's going to be all legs. But with my back, because I'm going to do a back and chest day and just a back and bicep day, I'm going to make sure that for one of my back days, it's upper, mid-back with a little bit of rear delt. And then the next back day, so that I make sure I'm hitting my whole back, is going to be lats and lower back. And I'm going to make sure that I can fit my volume into that muscle in those days, because that way I'm not doing all of this volume, 2 exercises for each of these on top of another muscle group like my chest or my biceps in the same day, because that's a lot of work and you don't want to do that. All right, so step 6 is us putting all the previous steps together. Step 7, examples. We'll start off with my split. Monday, chest upper bias. Chest is my weak point. Shoulders, triceps, just so it's an overall good workout. Smash the overall chest, but focus on the upper chest, and then we're going to do a little bit of shoulder work and a little bit of tricep because they'll get indirect work. And I have a shoulder day coming up. Tuesday, my upper back and biceps, weak point. So we're going to make sure we're going to hit all our upper back and mid back volume for the week here with our biceps each head. Wednesday, shoulders and abs. So that's going back to that day. We didn't need to hit that much shoulders because we're going to make up for it all in here on top of hitting our abs. Thursday, we rest. Friday, we're going to hit the rest of the back, lats and lower, on top of the major of our chest, and then because it's upper and major, and then our biceps again. Not as much bicep volume, not as much chest volume overall, and then just enough back volume to hit the rest of our muscles. Saturday, legs, we're going to flip between a knee flexion and hip flexion squat. Then we're going to make sure to hit our quads. Adductors is one of these, so it is even with the hamstrings. And then 2 hamstrings, making sure we work it, the quads and the hamstrings, both in lengthened and shortened positions. And then 2 calves and 1 glute exercise because the glutes get indirect work in the squats and whatnot. And then calves because you got to be big and juicy calves. And then Sunday, we wouldn't rest because it's only Friday, Saturday, 2 days. Sunday, we repeat back to Monday because it's a 5-day split. Push-pull legs is a 3-day split. Push-pull legs. So there's the split I'm going to be running. We won't know if it works until I try it. And then eventually, if my chest catches up long-term, we would switch it again. And if it doesn't work, I'll probably just end up going back to push-pull legs and whatnot. Another thing you notice is legs once a week. They're my strong point, so I'm not hitting them as much. Back once a week. Strong point, not hitting it as much. Biceps twice a week. Weak point, hitting it more. Chest twice a week. Weak point, hitting it more. So worst comes to worst, we go back to push-pull legs. But here is my split, and something that you can use as an example to make your own split based off of every step I've put here and all your weak points. All right, so as much as I highly recommend watching this video and taking the time to learn and think about this, I do not recommend copying my split as it is tailored to me. I've talked to people about it, my coach about it. It's all tailored to me, how my body reacts. I mean, I know what volume I can handle. I know what volume at the recovery rate that I have. It's tailored to my weak points and my strong points. So unless you're exactly me, don't copy it. And that's not like, oh, I took all the time to make it, you don't do it. It's just tailored to me. Just like if you had weak legs, running this split wouldn't help you. It wouldn't bring up your legs quicker than anything else. But that all being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope this was informative. I like to throw in these informative videos here and there because people have given me knowledge. I've learned from my own mistakes, from my own research, and I want to put it out there to help people, because what is the fitness community if it isn't a bunch of people coming together, trying to better themselves, and we can all do that by putting out a good message for each other and putting information out there that everyone can learn from. And even information that could be wrong sometimes can then be educated and that person can learn. Thank you guys for watching. I'm not sure, there's probably be a little longer video and no workout. Next week I'll make sure to hit you guys with a workout, something added to it probably. And since we can see it in the background over there, not C-Bomb, although he's in the background, Arnold's back there too. But code BuckedUp22 gets you 20% off Bucked Up anything on their website. Supports me, and great thank you to anyone that does. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all those cool things. Have an amazing day, guys and gals. Happy I was part of it.